The fill-in-the-blank drag and drop question type is a question that allows you to create a pool of possible options that appear for your students to drag and drop into each blank that you create. In this first example, you're going to see 3 different images inserted and a pool of possible different times below that students can drag and drop into a correct location. In the next example, you're going to see that a sentence has been created with multiple blanks, and these options can be dragged into the correct place, and they are also duplicated, which allows your students to be able to use each option more than one time. Another option for a drag and drop question type would be to utilize different images. You could insert these images into your question, and then the images could also be used as your choices for your students to drag and drop those into the correct location. So to begin creating your question, you will click on the fill-in-the-blank drag and drop option, and it will open up a new window, and you will create this in 2 parts, the question setup and the correct answer setup. So you're going to begin by typing in your question prompt into the blank space. Once you have your question prompt added, whether it is text or images, you can go in and begin creating your responses by either typing in an underscore to create the blank or clicking on the Insert Response option. So if you would like to create an underscore, you're going to click on the Shift key and the dash line, and that's going to insert a response box. Or you can use the Insert Response button from the toolbar, and that will also add the same type of response box. Once you've created all of your blanks for responses, you're going to now add all of the different possible response options here. And you could add as many of these options as you want by clicking on the plus sign. Once you've added in all of your options, you might want to click and drag them around to reorder them, as the order that you see here will be the order that your students see. You're then going to go down to your correct answer setup, and you will drag and drop these into the correct location. You have the option to make these responses duplicated, meaning that the students would be able to use these responses multiple times throughout the question. Your next option is going to be the scoring, so if you click on exact match, that means your students will only get full credit if they have each one of these blanks correct. A partial match will give the students partial credit for some correct blank responses. When you're all finished, you can come up and preview this, and when you're finished previewing, you could either go back to edit your question or save it to move on to creating your next one.